welcome back to the channel. I know you guys are here for part 2 with Jade, and I'm so excited. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, watch our previous video. We talked about self-esteem and body confidence and just loving the body that God gave you and our journey towards that. So this video is going to be more targeted towards not just the journey, but how we kind of overcame that a little bit, and just advice we can give and just little tips and pointers on how to, you know, just love yourself a bit more and just love the body God has given you and embracing that. And I just hope you guys enjoyed the last video, and this video is going to be so amazing as well. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy. Yeah,
you know, and that's just something that is really, it's sad to see that people feel like they have to alter how God made them with plastic surgery and things like that just to reach something that they're never going to really reach.
Yeah, and I just think it's just one thing I always thought about, like, I don't know where I got this, maybe I made it up myself, maybe I'm a genius, I don't know, but I was literally just thinking, girl, I was thinking, like, God made billions of people in this world, like billions over time. He's made billions of people, and he still thought that you were important to make. He still thought that you were important exactly the way you are. Every single bit of you is like, he's cherished. He's literally gone to him like, I want this exact nose for you. I want this exact eyes for you. Like, I want you to be in this exact place at this exact time. Why do we look at people, look at other people that he made and think, I want to be like them? But he's the one, the ultimate person that
made you.
He made them, and he wanted them that way. He wanted you this way. Why? Oh, it just aggravates me. Like, why do we feel like we need to then look like this other skinny white girl? Like, I love skinny white girls. They're amazing. But not everyone is gonna be that, and it's gonna just change. Like, now, not everyone is Kim Kardashian. God wanted you exactly the way you are. And if you know you have unhealthy eating habits, all that kind of stuff, you don't need me to tell you to figure it out. You don't need me to tell you that, okay, go to gym 4 days a week, blah, blah, blah. You know what you need to do, and that comes with discipline and time. But now I still love myself, and that was another thing. So when I started going to the gym a year ago, I can't even quite remember, like a year ago, it was just, I wanted to lose weight and all that kind of stuff. And then I came to a realization that I have to still love myself now. Like, I was even telling my mom, like, I have to love myself now before I get all the body transformation, before it's all a bit mad. I want to love myself now. I don't want to wait until like I'm this size and look this toned, because what if then I don't have time? What if I broke my leg, I did this and I couldn't go to the gym? So am I going to hate myself for the rest of my life because I can't work out? Like, you should love yourself even in your discomfort, even if you're in your imperfection, because they will never go away. And the stuff that will go away, like fat and whatever, it's not what defines you as a person. It's definitely what's inside. Because people look at you and like, oh yeah, you're hot, and then they talk to you and like, I don't know what that conversation was.
This is it. We're so superficial. We look at people, they're like, they're good, they're hot. And I struggled a lot with seeking validation in relationships or in guys or in what people thought of me, and like if a guy called me Peng, I'd be happy that day.
That's my day.
You know what I mean? That's my day made. And it's like, how am I putting my value of how I look and feeling confident in myself because someone has just gone out of
Jake over there just telling you look hot.
And he most probably could have done that to every 100 girls that day.
Honestly.
How am I putting that as a standard of, I know I'm pretty because this person said I was? No, I'm gorgeous and beautifully and fearfully, Psalm 31:14, fearfully and wonderfully made because Christ made me who I am.
Yeah.
And I think it's just our generation is just so on everyone else's opinion. And I think when you start to take the focus on self and shift the focus to God, that's where you start to feel so much more confident, so much more beautiful, so much more encouraged, so much more special. You understand who you are, because all this self-worth, self-esteem, they're all things that start with self. If we're focusing on self, you're going to be focusing on your self-worth, your self-esteem, your interests, the interests that influence you. If we start to look externally and think of other people, the purpose, let me make someone else's day, let me cheer someone else up, let me even compliment someone else even though I'm feeling rubbish. The joy you'll get to that and the fulfillment you'll get to that is going to be so much greater, honestly, than what you could get by focusing on self. I lost 2 pounds today, but you're still going to think of, but I still haven't lost 4, I still haven't lost 8, I've lost 2 pounds, but I haven't lost 4, I haven't lost 8, and my goal is to lose 10. Whereas if you stop focusing on that and shift it to, do you know what, God, I'm going to start focusing on you and other people, you won't even have time to think of those little things, because your life will be so full of others. It will just be full of others, and it will just be full of God. And I think that's something I'm learning is the more I've started to invest in his kingdom, the more I've started to study the word of God, the more I've started to invest in the things of God and understand my purpose in the body of Christ, I've stopped focusing as much on my body.
You have no time. Like, you literally have no physical time to then just look in the mirror. That's what I had time to do. Like, back in the day, I would be there doing this for hours, just looking at myself in the mirror, going on Instagram for hours. Now there's legit no time. There's no time. And once you fill yourself up, like you're saying, with things of God, like now my mindset is always constant. Even when I'm on the train, I'm like, I always look around people that need help. I try and look around people that, okay, what can I do for them? Rather than just thinking, how do they see me right now? I'm like, okay, how do I talk to them? Like, sometimes I just try and just bring up random conversation, just so hopefully I can talk to someone about Jesus, whatever. I try and do that now, rather than maybe years ago I'd be like, oh, they probably think I'm fat. Oh, they're probably looking at my double chin. I love my chins. Oh, they're my favorite thing.
We love it.
I love a good angle. My mom was always like, why do you always have a weird angle? Because I'm like, I want to see all the dimensions of what Jesus saying, okay? It's very important.
All the angles.
Honestly, like, why am I? Everyone has random chins, even if you don't. Good for you. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. Like, that's my point. It doesn't matter. You won't have time to think about that once you're rooted in Christ and just constantly thinking, God, how can I please you? How can I make your day? How can I like do something that's gonna like impact someone else's eternity, rather than, oh, my legs are too fat in these jeans.
It's just that transition and that shift of mindset is so important. And I think we don't realize as people who are Christians or whatever how important it is to take the focus off ourselves and focus it onto God and others. Once you do that, your life completely changes and the way you see yourself will completely change. And I think us as a generation, we just need to be doing that more. And I know we'll all have days that we're not perfect, that every day we're going to be sitting there thinking, oh, like God, everything today is going to be about you. There are times you're going to think about yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and feel like this dress doesn't fit me anymore. But just in those moments, just focus. There's so many affirmations in the Bible. Like there's these daily affirmation books that they have it there. If you go into the Bible, you have every affirmation that you need.
Honestly,
you will not need any other affirmation, and you have to just speak those over yourself. I'm fearfully wonderfully made. I'm a royal priesthood. You have made me from before you formed me in my mother's womb. You knew
I'm
me.
like, oh, that's so crazy to me. Oh, why is Tom, Dick and Harry matter? What do you just think about that? It's so crazy. You have a mission. Like, God has put you on the earth for a certain reason.
Speaking those over your life will completely change how you speak to yourself, and those are the daily affirmations that I'm learning to speak over myself. And I will tell myself in the mirror, Jade, you know what, you look hot today, you look paying. And if someone's like, oh, you're a bit cocky, you're like, no. God is not an idiot. He's not mug. He is beauty. God is beauty. He is holiness. He's everything. He's made you, and he made you in his image, in his likeness. If God is hot, I'm hot. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he's beautiful, there's no way I'm abusing God by telling him I'm not beautiful. That is so mad that you said that, because I was thinking about that in the shower today, and I was like, it's so weird.
Like, God was looking at you like,
he's like, it's almost an insult. It's like, I work, like, he crafted this up.
If I make a clothes, like if I make clothes and people go, oh, actually, I don't really like that. Oh, I don't like it. I'd be like,
my work, like my actual handcrafted work. Yes. And you're literally there like,
yeah,
I don't like it.
Who are you? Like, who are you to tell yourself you're not even hot?
Yeah, I think you've got to speak it. The power of the tongue is so powerful. You've got to speak those things into your life. If you want to gain confidence, stop telling yourself that you're ugly. If you want to if you want to feel more beautiful, stop telling yourself that you're not. Because what you're speaking is how you're going to feel.
Yeah.
It's what's from inside will come out through your mouth.
100%.
And if you feel ugly, stop speaking it out. Just start to speak on, even if I'm having a bad day, oh, and I'm not feeling great. Do you know what? I'm gonna have a good day today.
Yeah.
And I've started to, like, even when I talk to my friends and stuff, if I'm having a bad day, I usually tell them, I'm like, oh, I was about to say I'm having a bad day, but do you know what? I'm not gonna say that. I'm having a good day in Jesus' name. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, you know what? I have to start speaking it, otherwise my day's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good.
It's what you're gonna feel good. Yeah.
Exactly. So I was just thinking of a few practical tips that people can use to increase their confidence or to change the perception of the way they see themselves. And the first one that I kind of was thinking about was your circle of influence and your friends.
Yeah.
I think it's so important to have people around you who are, even though it's not all about speaking beauty and telling people you're beautiful and all that stuff. Having people who will encourage you when you're really, really feeling down, or speak those words of affirmation over you is so important.
Definitely.
And also leaving friendship groups where the focus is your looks. I think a lot of friendship groups is like we tend to think about how we're going to look for the next party or how we're going to look for the next night out, but having those friends who are like not worrying about how they look when they go out, but actually enjoying the moment of being out with you is so much more important. So I think it's just changing your circle of influence, your friends. Have friends who are going to speak life over you and going to speak positivity into your life.
Yeah,
I think that's the first one for me.
Yeah, same. I had that in my thingy as well, because I remember every time I go to church, I'm just ready to be gassed because everyone is so nice. Everyone's just like, hey, you look good. I'm like, are you? Oh no, guys, I just did this one. And I'm like, I looked this up for 3 hours. Like, hey, I did this one. But some days I do. But like, I love that. And it's so good to have people around you that are like, you look good. You look like constantly reminding you. And sometimes I'm like, do I look too orange? Like if I have makeup on, I'm like, I feel weird. And they can tell you, oh, yeah, a little. Or like you look good. It doesn't matter as long as you have people around you who will influence you in the right ways. And it just comes through different things as well. And if you're not sure, just think, how do they treat me in this? How do they, in circumstances, how do they, when guys walk past or whatever, how do they like approach the situation? Are they constantly like, okay, I have to look at this and this? Or they're just like, yeah, okay, there's that person there. But do they remember that it doesn't matter if they like me or not? So just keep those things in mind and look out for how your friends act and just know how to swerve that relationship. Yeah.
Another one for me was finding the causes of why you feel that way. I think sometimes a lot of our issues in confidence and like losing structure in regards to our eating and stuff come from like deep-rooted issues. I think one of mine was definitely like triggered by a relationship, or it was just growing up as the bigger kid and then losing weight and gaining weight in my body, constantly changing, and the comments on that. It's just delving into that deep issue and kind of addressing it and dealing with it. It's not going to take a day, and I think this is something that doesn't take a minute, but it's also really, really will help with when you're moving forward and gaining that confidence and being like, do you know what, I accept my past, I accept why I've gone through this, but I'm no longer speaking that over my life. So I think finding the root cause is also really important.
Yeah, take your time to do that. Don't rush as well. Just take your time. Don't have to feel like, okay, next week, oh, I still feel crap. Just, it's okay. It's literally gonna take time. Like, it took me ages to get to the stage of like, this is what it is. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. And just, I don't know, because I know one thing for me is that my mum always told me I was beautiful. She always told me I'm my sister. And so that constantly stuck in my head. And like, she told me I don't have a boyfriend. I listened, thank you, Jesus, because I could have been like a hot mess right now. I'm like, you left me, Jake left me at the door. Like, thank God I don't have that. And I know that people had that and just, and like, it's so deadly, and I would rather just have avoided it. That's a totally different thing completely. But I've not had any much other influences. I didn't have Instagram until I was like 16. Like, it took me a long time to get all these different things. So I've just, other voices weren't constantly in my head telling me that I don't look good enough. And just remembering my mum's words of, Mary, you're beautiful every day. That was a lovely thing to remind myself. So I didn't know what the beginning point of this bit was, but just keep that in your head. Like, just keep that in your head constantly. Just every other voice. Just know how to cancel it out. See what's important. See that through. So yeah, that's that as well. So one of our last points is literally just reading the word. I mean, I say this in every video, I swear. This is literally always my last point. Just read the damn Bible. Open it up and read it. Huh? Your mom was saying read it, do it. But literally reading your word and understanding what God says about you through it. So this morning I found a Bible verse in 1 John 3:1-3. Says, see what kind of love the Father has given to us, that he should be called children of God. And so we are. The reason why the world does not know us is that they did not know him. Beloved, we are God's children now, and what we will have, he has not yet appeared. But we know that when we appear, we shall be seen like him, because we shall see him as he is. So it just goes on to other things, but I love this Bible verses because I love how it just says beloved. Like, it just reminds you are loved, and everyone knows that that's the root, wanting to be loved, wanting to be accepted, and just knowing that in the Bible God loves you. Like, even right now, it makes me so emotional. It makes me so happy understanding God's love for us, and just thinking about that, it changes my whole mindset on what people think about me, on how I see myself. Because I look at myself and I imagine, oh God, like I can't, it's so hard for me to fathom. With literally millions and billions of angels around him, just constantly affirming him, telling him how amazing he is. And he's coming to us, telling us how amazing he thinks we are. I can't then have my mindset on other things, do you know what I mean? And I just want to constantly have that. And we know that the enemy's out there ready to pounce. So we have to constantly be out here reading our word. We can't read it like, I mean, obviously everyone has a different time, but I can't read it once a week and expect myself to be super strong. I have to constantly remind myself, be in this. Even when I know I don't have time to sit down, I listen to Psalms. I listen because I'm trying to constantly remember my source of my joy, the source of my strength, the source of where I get my affirmation. Otherwise, I'm just gonna watch this show and see this person looking hot, everyone looking the same, and then look at myself and be like, because I'm constantly feeding myself with things that don't have influence. So yes, reading that word.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking as well. Is just being rooted in the Word of God and understanding why God has made us certain ways and why He's given us certain attributes and why He's made all of us different. And the body of Christ is so big. He wouldn't have never made us all the same, because it wouldn't have created so many dynamics and so many different avenues of the body of Christ. So I think once you start to understand that and understand the spiritual behind why we are all so different and so unique and why He loves every single one of us, you will start to feel that confidence and that sense of purpose, and emphasizing again, finding your purpose is so important in increasing your confidence and being body positive as well, because I know that finding that my life is more than me just looking good. My life is going so much further than me just looking a certain way. And at the end of the day, we're all gonna go old and grey and wrinkly. It's gonna happen.
Don't go for someone just for their looks.
If you go for someone just for looks, just know we're all gonna be old, grey and wrinkly one day. We're all gonna be sagging in some places that we didn't want to sag. But do you know, spending so much time focusing on that, your purpose is so much deeper. So while you're going to that destination of being old, wrinkly and grey, what has God put you on this earth to do? It's not just to focus on your body, it's not focused on anything. What has He actually put you on this earth to do? What direction is He taking you in? And where does He want you to go? And I think once you start to understand that, a lot of people have issues with calling, and that's why we focus on other things like Instagram and body positivity.
Yeah, just distraction. You don't even want to have to think about the real issue.
Because you haven't really delved deeply into understanding where your calling and your purpose is. So I think as you start to understand your calling and delve into the Word of God, you will understand and He will reveal so much more to you, that your body will be the least of your issues.
Honestly.
It will be the last thing you think about.
Just think about
even when you do,
you'll
be like, God, I give it back to you. I just give it up to you. All these thoughts, all these negative things, I give it to you, because I know that you are the one that's going to be able to take this pain, this anxiety, this fear, this lack of confidence away. It's only through Him. And that's like that. So also, in a practical sense, I would say understanding your triggers and what triggers you to gain and lose weight in a practical sense as well. I think mine is really big in stress and my anxiety, which is a whole different video. A whole different video. But talking about my body, when I'm stressed, if I'm really, really stressed, or I'm going through a lot, I'm thinking about a lot's racing through my mind, my pattern in eating habits change and I lose weight. So I think it's really in a practical sense, just not in, as we're talking about biblical and practical, in the practical sense, just understand your triggers. If Instagram triggers you,
dude, that's literally what I was gonna say that. So I was like, thank God. I was thinking, should I say it? Some people might not. You might have to let her go.
Yeah,
for 2 hours in a day.
If Instagram triggers you, delete those. Unfollow those people, those accounts that make you feel insecure. If stress triggers you, start to find other ways to de-stress. Meditate, take time in the Word, lie down and listen to worship. Like if there's things that can take that stress away or take that trigger away, get rid of it. If it's a relationship that you're in that is triggering you to make you feel insecure,
let him go,
about
let
your
her go.
Let it go. There's so many things that could trigger us, the external factors. If it's your boss of that job that's making you every day talking about how you look, then be like, sorry, God's got something more for me, see you later. And I think understanding those triggers in a practical sense, not even just like, just for everyone, this is just for anyone. Understanding those triggers is so important, and definitely don't get into bad eating habits. I would say don't get into, like, try avoid it as much as you can. I'm speaking to myself right now.
Honestly.
Don't get into those bad eating habits. Don't start to nitpick and being on the scales every day. It does not help. It really doesn't. Understanding how to stop editing those pictures. Stop blurring out those stretch marks.
Well, just do it like this is me. This is exactly what I look like. And I just think you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many people can just really relate. And when I just post pictures of like me, my bare face, no makeup, like right now, so you can see everything. I don't want it to be a situation where I'm so, if I was hiding it all this time and I literally came to my house and you saw me in my face and you'd be like, okay, Like, do you know, and I don't have time every morning to even be doing all this extraness. So don't be hard on yourself and just let yourself be. Remember that, you know what, I'm not perfect and that's okay. Let yourself go. You don't have to compare to every Instagram person that's taking 3 hours in hair and makeup to do that same picture that you want to do in 5 minutes and be upset you can't do it.
Yeah, so there's so much more we could talk about, but
yeah.
I don't want to go on.
I'm done.
No, there is so much
honestly.
more. But honestly, I just like want to close with saying, I know, anyone watching this video, I know and I understand if you're going through struggles with weight, I understand. If you're going through struggles with confidence, I understand. I've been that insecure girl who seeks validation in every other place except for the word of God, and I was never happy. So I understand how you feel, but it is a process, it is a journey, and I know that God's gonna take every single person that watches this to amazing, amazing, amazing places, and He's just gonna guide you, and He loves you, and you are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Just stay on the channel forever, please. Just stay here in every video, even if you don't want to talk, just be in the background. Just don't have your face in the corner just on your phone doing your own thing.
Honestly, I've had the best time. Like, thank you for even putting me on your channel. This is gonna be a door opening for me.
Yes. Oh my God. Be on the lookout. Oh,
be on the lookout. 2019. I will.
Yeah.
I will.
The first half of 2019 because you'll come up in December like, hi
guys, welcome to my channel. But 2019, don't worry. You can follow me on all social media.
Yes,
my Instagram is Jade McJ, Twitter's Jade McJ, everything is Jade McJ, and my Instagram hopefully will be Jade McJ as well. So, yeah, thank you for having me, Mary. I've really enjoyed speaking to you, and hopefully someone leaves here encouraged.
Yes. Bye-bye. I love you more. Honestly, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Honestly,
how do you feel? You feel good?
Like, I just feel so.
You can do life. You can
like
take
even
life
talking
by
about
the balls.
this was something I really wanted to talk about as well because I've struggled with it so much. I shit this channel. This is the best channel in the world. I get to put in the bloopers.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
See you later.
So much better to do that than you.
No, you know when they do it, you just think it's so easy. I just realised it's actually not.